Good morning, students. Welcome back to our virtual class. Today, we are going to learn next part of this topic, that is national income. Actually, we learned in our last period, that is expenditure method. What is expenditure method? This method is also known. This method is also known as outlay method. Outlay method. According to this method, the total expenditure incurred by the society in a particular year is added together. Income can be spent either consumer goods or capital goods. That is consumer consumer goods and capital goods. Consumer goods and capital goods. Thus, we can get the national income by summing up all consumption expenditure and investment expenditure. Uh, uh, we can get national income by summing up uh, consumption expenditure and investment expenditure made by all individuals, firms, as well as the government of the country during a 1 year. It is a system for calculating GDP, that is gross domestic product. While estimating national income by expenditure method, some precautions should be taken. First is double counting. First is double counting. What is double counting? Expenditure on all intermediate goods and services should be ignored. Why it is ignored? To avoid counting. What is double counting? Double counting means counting value of the same commodity more than once. That is double counting. Second is second hand goods. Second precaution, second hand goods. Any income from sale of second hand goods like car, house, bikes, etc. should be ignored because value of second hand goods has already been accounted during the year of their production. Right. Next is transfer payment. Transfer payments. What is transfer payment? It is also called transfer income, like scholarships, gifts, donations, charity, old age pensions, etc. should be ignored. See, what is transfer payment? As we learned in our previous video, what is transfer payment? That is a one-way payment of money for which no money, goods or services is received in exchange. Right? Government use such payments as means of income redistribution by giving out money under social welfare program. Under social welfare program. Social welfare programs such as social security, right? Social security, old age pension, old age pension, then students grant, etc. These are transfer payment. Right. Next point is unpaid services. Next is unpaid services. Unpaid services. All unpaid services like services of housewife, teacher teaching her or his child should be ignored. It is not included in national income. Okay. Next is sale of shares and bonds. Sale of shares and bonds. Shares and bonds. Income from sale of shares and bonds should be ignored as they do not add anything to the real national income, as these are mere paper claims and are not related to the production of final goods and services. And the last point is subsidies. Okay, subsidies. Subsidies should be included. For example, when the government gives money to a farmer to plant a specific farm crop, this is an example of subsidy. Another example is when you are given a partial scholarship to college. That is an example of subsidy. So these are precautions while estimating national income by use expenditure method. So we can learn three methods. We can learn three methods. First is output method. Second, income method. And third is expenditure method. Third is expenditure method. Uh, Output method and income method. These two methods are extensively used. Means generally these two methods are used, broadly used, and expenditure method is rarely used by any country because of practical difficulties. These two methods used generally used, and expenditure method is rarely used by any country because of practical difficulties. Now we learn about difficulties. Now we learn difficulties. Difficulties in the measurement of national income. The calculation of the national income of a country is a task full of difficulties and complexities. Right? There are two parts of difficulties. That is theoretical part and practical part. Today we are going to learn theoretical part. That is also called a conceptual part. Okay. The first point is transfer payment. As we learn, transfer payments. It is also called transfer income. Individuals get pension, unemployment allowances, etc. But whether these should be included in national income or not is a difficult problem. And on one hand, these earnings are a part of individual income, and on the other hand, they are a part of government expenditure. So it is very difficult to measure in national income. Second point is second point is illegal income. Illegal income. What is illegal income? As we know, all are know that income earned through illegal activities such as black marketing, theft, smuggling, etc., are not included in national income. Right? Such goods and services do have value and meet the needs of the consumers. Thus, to that extent, national income is underestimated. Next is unpaid services. Unpaid services. What is unpaid services? National income is always measured in money, but there are a number of goods and services which are difficult to be assessed in terms of money. For example, painting as a hobby by an individual, then the bringing up of children by the mother. These services are not included in national income as a remuneration is not given to them. So it is not included in national income. Also, services of housewives and the services provided out of love, affection, sympathy, charity are not included in national income as they are not paid for. Next point is production for self consumption. Production for self consumption. Self consumption. Goods produced for self consumption, such as food grains, vegetables, and other farm products, do not enter in the market. But the value of such goods should be estimated at the rate of market price that have been marketed and should be included in national income. So these are difficulties. Next is income of foreign firms. Income of foreign firms according to IMF, that is International Monetary Fund, is an international organization, right? So, according to IMF, income of a foreign firm should be included in the national income of the country, where the firm actually undertakes the production work. However, profits earned by foreign firms are credited to the parent concern. See, what are the function of IMF? International Monetary Funds. The IMF's primary purpose is to ensure the stability of the international monetary system. So, which system? The system of exchange rates and international payments that enables countries to transact with each other. That is the purpose of IMF. Okay, the next point is valuation of government services. Valuation of government services. Government provides a number of public services such as law and order, defense, public administration, education, health services, etc. Measuring the market value of such government services is difficult as the real value of these services is not known. Therefore, it has become a convention to treat all such services as final consumption, right? And it is included in national income. So, the valuation of government services is included in national income. Next is changing price level. Changing price level. The difficulty of price changes arise in the national income estimate when the price level in the country rises. The national income also shows an increase even though the production might have fallen. And when the price level falls, national income may show a decrease even though production may have increased. That is changing price level. It is also difficult. It is also difficult to measure a national income. That is changing prices level. So I hope you understand what are the difficulties in national income to measure a national income, and all three methods that we learned in our previous videos and today: output method, income method, and expenditure methods. This topic, national income, this topic is very important. So you learn this topic.